Hello, lovelies. I don't know about you guys, but I'm about done with this cycle of energy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy intense. Today is Friday, April 29th. This is my, I don't know, third or fourth attempt to do the video for today. And, yeah, my tummy was growling. It sounded like I had a bear next to me, so I had to go get something to eat. I was going to try to do the video and then go get something to eat, but that didn't work out. It was very loud growling. So, I don't know if it would have distracted you guys, but it definitely distracted me. So, what's been going on? So, I don't even know what video this is. I think this is like 10 or 11, maybe even 12. I don't know. I am almost halfway through my 30-day video challenge. It's obviously going to take about 2 months to do the 30 days because I let some days pass in between, but that's okay. I have love for myself, patience, grace, all of those good things. So, beautiful sunny day here in Silverdale, Washington. That's where I'm at right now. I'm out running errands and decided to hop on and have a little chat with you all since it's been about 3 days, I think. I just decided I'm going to keep these and I might decide something different for tomorrow. Who knows? I'm always up in the air. I'm going through really, really big changes. I'm always going through really big changes, but this one's pretty intense too. All of my children are growing up. Why didn't they tell you that happens? Why didn't they tell you your children actually grow up? Seems like it'd be just common knowledge, but I've been a caregiver my entire life, absolutely my entire life, and I don't know how to care for myself. I've cared so good for other people. You would think that would give me some kind of skills to take care of my basic needs, but nope. So, I'm feeling almost naked that my kids are growing up and I've got nobody to care for. They're getting pretty independent themselves and are always busy with working, and one kid's graduating. One kid's already graduated a couple years ago. One's graduating in like a month and a half, and then one's graduating not tomorrow. Oh God, not tomorrow. Definitely not tomorrow. Next year graduating. Yeah. So not only did I raise my kids, but I helped assist and raise other people's kids too. And so I've not really known how to really take the best care of myself. It's a learning process, right? Those of you who have that personality type that often gives to other people before they give to themselves, that's me. And so learning to give that energy back to myself, I think it was like a really big period of time where I was almost resentful because I realized that I was giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. I expected absolutely nothing back. I didn't want anything back. So my giving and receiving was way off balance just in the first place. And then you care for your children and you raise them, and then you, for me, helping everybody else out and caring for other people's children. Beautiful experience. I have some now adults in my life that are starting their own families that I had a hand in raising, and I think that that's a beautiful thing. I'm so thankful that God gave me the ability to be there for all the people that I have been there. But I think I've reached a burnout with it. I'm not finding as much joy in it because from doing it so much and weeding out the people that kind of took advantage of my loving and giving heart, I kind of weeded them out first. And then overgiving to my children and overgiving, they're almost adults, and just kind of burn out. And so I have decided that I'm going to retire from caregiving. And I'm going to care for myself. I don't know how that looks. I don't know how that's going to look yet, but definitely going to be putting a lot more love into myself, a lot more time into myself, a lot more energy in myself. And not doing things if there's an underlining no. If we are asked to do something from another person that needs our help, if there is an underlying inside a no anywhere in me, I can't do it. It just takes so much of me when I do that, and always convincing myself that somebody's in a worse place than I am, or they really need this, or over the years, it's just taken a toll on me. So now I'm going to focus on me. And what that looks like, I have no idea, but we will design this future that we are imagining and creating. Anyway, I wanted to get on here and give a little energy update because the energy's been extremely intense. Energy looks different for so many other different people depending on what you're going through. And currently, right now, I'm clearing some last little bits of emotions attached to certain parts in my life, and then some I'm just starting to pull back the layers. And I'm also working through a lot of physical attributes in my body of chronic pain and things that have been trouble areas in my entire life. And so a lot of people are going through where they're having, which has been a chronic issue in their physical body in the past, they're starting to come around and have the same symptoms again. And it's kind of annoying to go through that. Absolutely annoying. So, with these waves of light, energetic light particles that are coming through in different forms, I don't really see them necessarily as coming from any particular place, although I'm sure they might. We get them from the sun, we get them from different portals opening, we get them from certain astrological alignments, we get them from other people. Yeah. And so we're always doing this energetic dance of pushing and pulling, right? And it's all controlled with our consciousness. So our mind and our thoughts, and whatever frequency of our thoughts, if they're happy thoughts, then we're going to be energetically in a happy place. And if they're negative thoughts, we're going to be energetically in a negative place. And so there's always this divine dance of pushing and pulling and pushing and pulling. And so the universe will pull a little bit at your energy to get you to release something that's really heavily buried in your physical body, such as your deep emotions and really, really deep, heavy physical issues, and also a lot of emotional issues that we hold in our entire being. And so this energy comes down with a magnetic charge and charges the frequency for it to be released, and kind of pulls it and brings it to the surface. And so then we're left with a lot of either physical pain or emotional pain, and that is something that has just been pulled into the light so that we could see it, right? And so it's just trying to be healed. We have different aspects of ourselves that are coming back to us to be healed. And once you get the hang of the process of how it's coming back to be healed and what it looks like, then you get an opportunity to heal it after you can get through the bullcrap of the pain and the physical pain and the emotional pain. But it all works for a purpose. And after you're through it, you look back on it and you realize, and you can really see the divine plan in getting you to release that certain energy that needed to go. And that's what's happening. So the universe is dancing with our energy and getting it to, and then we resist and we pull back, and then it pulls more. And so I like to think of our physical body, our physical being, just like a river flowing, right? And it flows in a certain pattern and certain path. And if you are moving with that, you're gonna be more free or more free flowing if you're actually moving with the flow of it. But if there's something you're resisting that flow. And so it's kind of like throwing a big huge rock in your river, and the water energy is having to flow around it. That's what's happening in our body. So there's this dance, pushing and pulling, pushing and pulling. And ultimately, I do believe that it is to get us into a better place individually, right? So we each have a destination where we're going. And this is the frequency or the energetic dance that's helping us all get to those places. It's giving us the opportunity to release and heal things on a deep, deep, deep level, so that we have more peace and love in our hearts in any given moments, from moment to moment. And when I first started this process, I caught on very quickly that was what was happening. Was anytime I went through a really difficult time, whether it was emotional or physical, I was always found like something was healed each time that I went through it. And each time I went through it, I was able to love deeper, love other people more properly, the way love was unconditionally meant to be loved, love without conditions, right? And then I was able to also love myself deeper. I'm still learning to love deeper and understand what that looks like for me particularly. But kind of bouncing all over the place because I was not feeling this. But I didn't want to let more than 3 days go by without posting a picture or a video and checking in and just saying hi and letting you guys know that I'm still working on it and I'm still working through it. And I'm in a really, really cool and beautiful place. I really love where I am. I move through things pretty quickly. I'm learning how to lay things down and stop the resistance each time I go through these pushing and pulls of the energy and universe. And I see that. I see how that happens. I can energetically see it. I can feel it. It's really challenging for me to try to put what I see into words, although I am really working on it. I'm kind of a person that's mostly usually quiet and in my head all the time. And so I don't really use, I guess, words. It's just knowing and feeling and things like that. And then when I try to think about putting the way I see something or the way I feel it or know it into words, it's people get so attached to words, and words will mean something for me and it'll mean something completely different for another person. And then we have this miscommunication because someone gets triggered, and communication becomes difficult at that point when someone is being triggered. So I have so much knowledge up here and working through my insecurities, my spaciness. I'm kind of flighty all the time. My soul's always leaving. I hardly ever stay in the present moment. I'm probably either in the past or the future, probably way more than I am in the present moment. I'm working on that. I am trying to integrate all of these pieces and bits of information, as we all are, because we are all get a piece of information, and we have to integrate it into who we are. And that is a process with that too. But I'm looking forward to sharing all of these things when my mind isn't so scattered, because I think I do have a very scattered mind, and I sometimes I cannot tell from when one thing starts and when another thing begins, and it's all tied together and all connected. And then I used to say, I just want to think in a straight line. Like, that would be so cool if I could just think in a straight line. But I guess maybe I'm just not meant to think in a straight line. It's meant more to be more like scrabble, without a purpose, just going every which direction. But ultimately there is a purpose, and I know that. And yeah. So that's what's happening. We're all being, I don't want to say forced, because we do have free will, but it's almost like a train is moving forward and you're either on it or you're not, and you can have the choice to be on that train if you want. And it's going forward and there's nothing we can do about it. So we can choose to resist and suffer, or we can choose to lay our burdens down and lay down the control that we think we have over everything that's going on, and just live in the moment and be more and more present, which is definitely what I'm trying to do. And I gotta get my errands done, so I think that's gonna be it for today. I always keep making promises to myself that, oh, I'm gonna pick one topic or one subject and then that's what I'm only gonna talk about, or I'm gonna excuse me. And I do kind of somewhat think about what I'm gonna say, but then as soon as I hit record, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Lose my absolute mind. It just goes from me. So I really do enjoy making videos. I absolutely really do. And even when I just go on my YouTube and I look and I see so many videos of my face, I'm like, I'm doing it. So I don't know what this is going to turn into, and that's okay. It's okay that I don't know. It's okay. I don't know where I'm going with this. And I'm just going to love myself during the process. I do think that I'm going to continue making videos, kind of like almost a journal. I really do enjoy sharing myself and sharing my story. So I'm just going to kind of keep doing YouTube like as a little journal to kind of document some of the things I'm going through. But then again, it's like, even with the videos that I'm doing, it's only like a small fraction of what's actually going on in here. But we're all figuring it out. I do think that I am going to start doing more healing. And I'm thinking about getting a booth at a local farmer's market around here in my town. And just offering to heal people. It takes about 5 minutes for me to do. Very quick. And people's reality and lives change when they see me do it, because they didn't know something like this was possible, and I love opening up people's minds. And so before I try to explain how I can do what I do or what I do, I think I should just get out there and let people see it. So I think I'm gonna just do the YouTube as kind of a way, an outlet to talk about what I'm going through and help others. I am gonna open up different platforms. I really want to start helping others to connect with their intuition. I'm extremely connected to my intuition. I'm working on that connection every single day, and that's through self-love. And it's a beautiful thing. God, it's just like so beautiful, so beautiful. I love life. It's amazing. I'm learning to enjoy even the things that I kind of loathed before, but was also just a part of living. Like, there's just simple things you would think that you just like doing the dishes. I'm trying to find a way to love everything. But that's just finding joy in the moments when you have to do things that you really don't want to do. So, I've lived so much of my life being miserable or uncomfortable in my own body and with my life and everything, and I've just refused to do it anymore. It's done. I'm done. And yeah, we'll see what that's gonna look like in the future. I'm excited, but I've just decided also that I just don't want to do things in the capacity that I was doing with them in doing them before. And so I really don't know what that's going to look like yet. But it's okay. I'm not going to try to figure it out from here too much. I'm just going to keep my heart open and let the answers come to me. But I am going to be expanding on different platforms. I have a couple of ideas. I have a couple of things that I want to try. And that's what it is. You know, you're just trying, you're getting out there and letting people see you, letting people know who you are. I was terrified to let people know that I have crazy, crazy, crazy. It's not really crazy. There's an explanation for it. I know there is. Of ability to change the frequency of energy with my thoughts. So I can shift people's energy just with the shifting of my own thoughts. It's that easy. So it's almost like breathing to me. It's like second nature. And so it all happens, magic happens up here in my mind. So I just thought that I would let other people see that more. It usually kind of speaks for itself rather than me trying to explain when some things I'm not quite fully able to understand. And I did think that I didn't want to start this whole process until I fully figured everything out. But then the more I kept going and more I kept going, I was like, holy moly, when is this ever going to be figured out? And what I've realized is we figure it out in fractions and parts until we get the whole. And I'm not quite sure we can ever grasp the wholeness of it in this physical form. But we can try to get close to it. And so I'm all about answers and observing my environment and observing people around me and just loving life. So I'm looking for new ways to care for myself and to do things by myself on my own. And yeah, my love story is going to be just about me. It's a beautiful love story. And I'm writing it every single day. Anyway, I think that's it. When I was driving over here, I had like 5 other video ideas, and the ideas just keep coming, but the action isn't there. So, yeah. Wish I could, no. I always say I wish things were this way and wish things were this way, and not really. I really like just the way things are. I like how I learn, and I like everything. Everything. Learning to accept you for who you are right now in this moment, and that's what I'm doing. Love and Tana. Love and Tana. Love and Tana. And that's my priority. And also, when I say I don't want to help people, that's just part of who I am too. There's going to be a little bit of that too. But that's going to look in the form of doing videos live, sharing energy with people. So look out for my lives on Facebook. I'm not really on Instagram very much, or Twitter, or what's that? Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. There we go, TikTok. So I think I have a TikTok account, but I don't really post on it. So just going to be looking for ideas to share who I am. This is just going to be my journey, self-discovery, finding the magic in my abilities and my qualities, because spiritual people don't realize they don't start off spiritual. I didn't start off spiritual. And you have to learn, I think, along the way, who you are. We're unlearning and learning, always unlearning. We got to be careful what we believe in, though. When you believe in something, you put limitations on yourself when you have a belief in something. But then also, belief is really powerful if you believe in something outside of yourself, to a certain extent. I think that's where everybody starts. For example, when I first started, I had a bunch of guides come to me, angels, guides, Jesus. And so it started with obviously believing someone outside of me. So I think that there's a purpose for it, and the way we believe in our belief systems, but ultimately you should just rely on yourself, the wholeness of who you are. But I think it's helpful. Because I talk to Jesus, I talk to angels, I talk to other spiritual beings, light beings. But ultimately, I do know that they're all a part of me, They are me. And I don't have to go through any other beings to get to God's source. But I think when we first start going through this process of awakening, we do go through middlemen. We do go through middle people. Yeah, that's what I'm just noticing. But we don't have to. We can have a direct connection. And so I kind of move to and from my direct connection, and then the spiritual beings that I communicate with. I kind of fluctuate between them. But everything around us gets its power ultimately from us and our consciousness. It's what we do. We control it. We create, we control, we have free will to do and create anything that we want. And I think it's a beautiful thing. And there's rambling. All of a sudden, it just got really busy around me with cars and people. So, getting really spacey. I love you guys. And thanks for listening.